Food item. Himachal is famous for its momos and kukresh, which are sold a lot in the mall road.
Oh, okay.
Okay. One last question of this entire interview. So, let's say you're a Zomato delivery boy, and you have an order to deliver, and there's a big traffic jam, and you are caught by the police for some reason. Uh, so you have just two options. One is to bribe the policeman, give him $1,000, and just finish your complete your order, or else you have to spend like 15-20 minutes, because of which for paperwork and everything, because of which you would you might lose your job. So what would you do?
Before we begin, let's have a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by Unacademy. Unacademy offers live classes on various competitive exams, including IPMAT, TUChat, NPAT, and various other BBA exams. About 2 weeks before, they started their comprehensive 1 year and 2 year live batches. This course includes live interaction sessions with experienced faculty, recorded lectures so that just in case you miss a lecture or you want to watch the lecture again, you can do that unlimited number of times. They also have doubt clearing sessions, daily sectional tests, and tons of full length mocks. They also offer free sectional tests on their website every day at 4:30 p.m. So if you are an IPM aspirant, I think you should definitely give them. It will be a very good practice for you. They also have a YouTube channel where they post academic content regarding IPM. Recently, they started a Telegram channel as well where they post regular updates about IPM along with tests and quizzes. Lastly, you can also check out their paid course on their website. The link is in the description box. You should definitely use the code RTI10 and get a 10% discount on your total cost. They have various plans ranging from 1 month to 24 months, so make sure you have a look at it once. Now, let's continue with the video.
So, Abhishek, introduce yourself.
Alright, so I originally hail from Shimla. I completed my class 12 from Bhavan Vidyalaya in Chandigarh. Apart from academics, my main interests lie in the area of reading and the field of entrepreneurship and management. I've been a bibliophile since an early age and have attended various literature festivals and also penned my own story in the book Young Voices of Chandigarh. My main interest in the field of entrepreneurship and management is one that expanded exponentially with my exposure to the TIE Young Entrepreneurs Program. In this, me and my team had to create our own startup, and we created Comics 91, which combined my love for entrepreneurship and great literature. We had to advance to the final round, and even though I made it to the semi-final only, we learned a lot of
Abhishek, you just have 10 seconds to finish.
yeah, but we learned a lot of great values and skills on the way, and memories that we will cherish forever and learn forever.
This was the latest book which you read.
The latest book which I read was The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, and currently I'm reading Dune by Frank Herbert.
What did you learn from that book?
Well, The Laws of Human Nature is a book that explores human psychology and how it impacts our lives and our work, and Venting to Death about Jungian psychology and how these great philosophers, Nietzsche's and all of them impacted on life, and how different personalities can be identified, and how to make sure that you stay in the good books of these people and are able to make friends with them.
So, can you tell me more about Jung's philosophy, psychology, whatever his works?
Yeah, well, Carl Jung was a philosopher and a psychologist who studied in depth about the human shadow, and which he talks about the animalistic instincts of human beings and how they impact our lives and how to keep them in order so that we can use them productively to improve our lives.
I think, do you know Sigmund Freud?
Yes, I've heard about Freud in psychology a bit, not read about it a lot though.
Can you tell us what does Freud in psychology talk about?
Well, I believe, as far as I remember, freedom psychology talks about uh, the meaning of life and how humans are able to find meaning. I believe I read one article about that, but I haven't gone
Okay,
in depth about it.
so you read Carl Jung's book, right?
No, I read Robert Greene's book. He explained a lot about other psychologists. It was my first exposure to psychology, and I really loved it.
Okay, fine.
Abhishek, what were your subjects in class 12?
My subjects were economics, business studies, accountancy, legal studies, and English.
What did you study in legal studies?
In legal studies, we went in depth about the Indian laws, the contract acts, the fundamental rights and laws given to the citizens, as well as the judicial system and how to become a judge, and how the informal systems of judiciary also exist in our country.
Do you know what is tort law?
Yeah, tort law goes in depth about the offenses conducted which are not criminal offenses. For example, uh, no, tort law deals with offenses conducted that are not exactly criminal offenses, and for example, assault, and yeah, it goes in depth about some criminal offenses too. But yeah, I don't remember everything about it.
Okay, Abhishek, what are your views on the Indian legal system?
I believe the Indian legal system, while it is designed and structured in a very good way, the hierarchy and all the red tapeism makes it difficult for a common man to get justice in our country, which is why the speedy judicial decisions are important to improve the judicial system in our country.
So so let's say I am the Prime Minister of India and I have all the rights to, change anything in our country. And I want to change the judicial system. So can you give me a few suggestions on what should I do? What should be the ideal judicial hierarchy in your opinion?
Well, according to my knowledge, the Prime Minister would not be able to change the judicial system in the country because the legislative, executive, and judiciary are all three separate organs of the Indian Constitution, and none of them can affect the other organs, so that there is not a misuse of powers. So I believe that it cannot be changed. But if it was supposed to be changed, I would uh, I'd not say misappropriation of power, but I would make sure that the decisions were taken by when district judge takes the decision, then it cannot be taken to the highest judge. Then the decision be one and final, so that the person can be given justice.
Okay, you talked about stuff that you know how to become a judge in India. So how do we become a judge in India?
Well, to become a judge in India, first you need to be practicing law for at least 5 years in the advocate in the courts with a BBL LLB degree, and after you have practiced it for 5 years, you can give a judicial exam, the common judicial test. I forgot its exact name, but if you pass it, then you'll be able to become a judge of a district court.
Okay, can you tell me the number of high courts in India?
There are 24 high courts in India.
Which was the first one to be established?
Bombay High Court was the first one to be established.
Okay, which is the only court which serves like more than 6 or 7 states, I guess. The only high court which covers.
Sorry, sir, I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, take a guess.
I believe it would be Kolkata's High Court.
No.
Or some from the northeastern states.
Yeah, and
so
can you name it?
Mizoram's High Court, I believe.
Okay, it's fine.
Is there a more popular state in Northeast which can house this court?
Assam's High Court. Is that correct? Yeah.
No, high courts are basically named after a district. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sorry, sir, I do not know the district's
What is
name.
Assam's capital?
Assam's capital. Assam's capital. Sorry, sir, I do not remember that.
Okay. Uh, so let's say I am a tourist. I'm from Mumbai, okay, and I don't know nothing about Chandigarh or Himachal Pradesh. So can you like walk me through Himachal Pradesh's top 5 places to visit?
Yeah, sure. So Himachal Pradesh is a very popular tourist destination in North India. The most famous place over there is the Mall Road, which is visited by lakhs of tourists across the country. Another one is the biggest Hanuman temple in our country, which is known as the Jakhu Temple. Also, there is the Indian Institute of Advanced Studies, which is a big tourist spot, and many tourists go to camp over there for the day. And what else is there? There is also there are also many snow themed parks, and there's a lot of nature's beauty and a lot of many temples over there which attract tourists.
Okay, what is Himachal famous for?
Himachal is famous as a tourist destination where people go to spend their summers.
I'm talking about food item.
Food item. Himachal is famous for its momos and kukresh, which are sold a lot in the Mall Road.
Okay, so can you tell me one specific thing that, no, not one specific, any specifics which differentiates the people of Himachal from other states?
Well, I believe one thing that separates the people of Himachal is that Himachal is a very safe city. As in, whenever I live over there, you do not need to lock the doors at night. There is no need for any
No,
security as such.
okay, I'll ask you directly.
Yeah,
Something which is related to like clothing or something related to culture.
yeah. The Nati dance form is something that is performed in Himachal Pradesh, and the people of Himachal Pradesh wear these caps. I forgot what they are called, but I have worn them too. And they perform the Nati dance, which I perform every year with my family.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, I wanted to ask him something about. There is a lot of background noise. Abhishek, mute yourself.
All right.
So actually, our voice is getting. We can hear our voice back. I think it's because of your headphones.
So Abhishek, what are the 6 rights?
The 6 fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right to freedom of religion, constitutional, cultural and educational rights, cultural and right to education, and I forgot the 6th one. I'm sorry.
No problem. Abhishek, what is the IPC for murder? Like, some
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
IPC for murder.
And the IPC number, I believe it is section 17. Though I'm not really sure about it.
Like, it's very common. Okay, just tell me, are you aware about like name some films that were shot on Mall Road?
Some films that were shot on Mall Road. No, sir, I do not know the answer to that.
Okay. Who's the CM of Himachal Pradesh?
The CM of Himachal Pradesh is Mr.
Himachal
Rai.
Pradesh.
Yeah, Rai Kant Kumar, or it was something like that.
No.
Okay, one thing. Do you have like your headphones there kept on the table?
Yeah.
Please
Yeah.
keep them away or switch them.
I should keep them away or I should wear them?
No, either switch them off or because I can hear the noise.
Well, the headphones were switched off. Can you still hear the noise?
I think no, now it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Abhishek, we will be asking you some questions on basic questions on constitution.
All right.
Okay. When did the Constituent Assembly adopt our constitution?
26 December 1949 was when it was finalized, but it was adopted on 26 January 1950.
26 December. You sure?
It was when it was finalized, but it was adopted on 26 January 1950.
No. Just tell me when was it adopted? When final date?
26 January 1950.
No, it's wrong. Okay. It became effective on 26 January 1950. I'm asking you when it was adopted.
26 November 1949. Yes.
And what did it replace?
It replaced the British constitutional system of India.
Year and what was its name? Which act basically?
I'm sorry, sir, I do not know the name.
Who's the father of Indian Constitution?
Father of Indian Constitution is B.R. Ambedkar.
Okay. There are how many articles in our constitution?
117.
Articles. Like it's the longest constitution.
No, sir, I do not remember the answer to that.
Okay. So we'll be studying the academics. You had BST, right?
Can you repeat that?
You had business studies as a subject.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me something about Maslow's need hierarchy theory.
Well, Maslow's need hierarchy represents the basic human needs, and these needs evolve as people advance and develop. So the basic need hierarchy is food and security. After that comes the need for good amenities, and after that the psychological relationships needs and the psychological needs, and at last come the growth and development needs.
Okay, and what level are you at?
Well, I believe right now I'm at level 4, I suppose, because even though I'm like growing and developing and learning new things every day, I don't feel like I'm at that level where I can comfortably say I've got everything finalized and figured out.
Okay. What is critical point control?
Critical point control. But I'm not really sure, but critical point control is. I'm sorry, I do not remember the answer to that.
Okay. What is the full form of RTGS?
RTGS? No, sir, I do not know the answer to that.
Do you know what is RTGS?
No, sir, I do not. I do not remember learning it.
Okay. What do you mean by outsourcing?
Outsourcing is when the company or firm it gets its non-essential activities done from a company or firm which is not or from someone else. That's what outsourcing is called. For example, if a manufacturing firm gets its packaging done from another firm, then it's called outsourcing.
And India is famous for which particular field of outsourcing?
I believe it is called telecom, not telecom exactly.
Call centers.
Call centers, yes. Sir.
I got it.
That's
Okay.
correct.
What do you mean by what are commercial papers?
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
What are commercial papers?
Commercial papers are the papers issued by a company to lend money to another company. They are usually with high interest rates and for usually 6 to 1 month to a year. They are short-term lending machines.
Okay. Do you know about the MSMED Act?
MSME Act.
MSMED Act.
The MSME Act was built for micro, small, and medium enterprise, and it was supposed to give more priority to them by making some sectors available only to the MSMEs. For example, the handloom and the old artifact craftsman sectors, and firms which are valued at 1 crore or in 5 crore in some cases were given special exemption from taxes and other utilities.
Perfect. Tell me something about the Startup India scheme.
Well, the Startup India scheme, which began in January 2016, was a scheme to expand the startup industry of a country by offering them more incentives and tax benefits. Before 2016, there were only 3 unicorns in the country, which has expanded to 63 because of the various tax benefits as well as the big startups created in our country and incubation centers.
Abhishek, which was the latest unicorn of India?
ZX is the latest unicorn of India. It became a unicorn 2 days ago, and that makes it the 63rd unicorn of our country.
Perfect. Okay. Tell me the difference between copyright and patent.
Copyright is when you take a name or some work, and some name, and you copyright it for your firm so that nobody else is allowed to use it. While a patent is when you create something, for example, a scientific research or a new type of medicine you create and you make it available just for yourself.
Okay, do you know when was GST implemented?
GST was implemented on January 15, 2015, if I'm not wrong.
You
Or
are
was it 2016?
It's 1st of July 2017. Okay.
Oh.
Can you name the 5 tax slabs of GST?
Yes, the main 5 tax slabs of GST are 0%, 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. But various other tax slabs exist, for example, 0.25% on gemstones.
Okay. Tell me some items which have 28% GST on them.
28% GST items are the luxury goods, for example, fast food and imported goods, as well as theme park tickets would be counted in 28% GST.
Okay. Who is the father of scientific management?
The father of scientific management is F.W. Taylor.
Okay. And who is the father of general management?
Henry Fayol is the father of general management.
Can you name all the 14 principles of management by Henry Ford?
So I believe I remember most of them, but unity of command, unity of direction, discipline, order, equity, and a scalar chain, and
okay.
authority and responsibility.
Who insisted on 8 bosses, Fayol or Taylor?
Who insisted on 8 bosses, Fayol or Taylor? Henry Fayol insisted on 8 bosses.
You sure?
Yeah, he invented the functional foremanship, if I'm not wrong. No, it was F.W. Taylor.
It was
yeah,
Taylor.
Functional foremanship.
Okay. What do you understand by the organizing?
Organizing is the second function of management, and it involves collecting all the activities and putting them in such a manner that they can be achieved in an efficient and effective way. Organizing is an important function, as without that the whole form would be a convoluted mess and nobody would know what to perform.
Okay, that's fine. Let's move to economics. Abhishek, what is India's GDP?
India's GDP right now is 2.88 lakh crores, 2.87 lakh crores.
Okay. What is India's rank in GDP per capita?
GDP per capita. Sir, I do not remember the per capita rank, but I remember overall India was ranked 3rd in the GDP.
Are you sure GDP per capita India is 3rd?
No, not in per capita, sir. I do not remember per capita.
And that too, the 3rd rank you were telling, is it the nominal GDP or the GDP PPP?
Nominal GDP.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
What's the difference between nominal and GDP PPP?
Nominal GDP includes all the people who earn money, who are Indians and live in foreign countries. The money they bring to the country is counted in nominal GDP too, and the money which foreigners earn in the country is sent out into
just tell me about the difference between nominal GDP and GDP PPP. I'm not asking for a definition.
Yeah, and the foreign money is counted in nominal GDP, but it's not counted in the GDP PPP.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, what what are the four measurements of money supply?
For measurements of money supply. I'm sorry, sir, I do not remember that.
You must have heard about the M1, M2, M3, M4.
Yeah, M1, M2, M3, M4. Money supply. Four M's. Four M's of money supply. I do not remember that, sir. I'm sorry.
What's a bank rate, Abhishek?
The bank rate right now is 4%.
I asked what is a bank rate?
And the bank rate is the money, is the rate at which the RBI lends the money to the commercial banks of our country.
You sure it is at 4% currently?
Yes, sir, it is at 4%.
And what is the current repo rate?
Repo rate is also at 4%.
And reverse repo rate?
3.35%.
What is a reverse repo rate?
Reverse repo rate is the rate at which commercial banks lend money to the Reserve Bank of India.
Why will RBI need commercial banks to lend them any money?
Well, RBI will need commercial banks to lend their money, and when there is more circulation of money in the economy, RBI needs the banks to slow down the lending of money. It will offer a higher interest rate than the citizens to keep the money and reduce the circulation of money.
Okay, we have Arnav Bhaiya with us, and he's from science background. You have to explain inflation and deflation too.
All right. So now, sir, inflation is when the price of a good or service rises because of increase in demand and there is less supply of the goods. So, if a for example, if potatoes there is less supply of potatoes and everybody wants to buy them, then their prices will rise, which will cause inflation. But if there is a lot of supply of potatoes, which was in I think 2 or 3 years back, when potatoes will be sold for 5 or 6 rupees because nobody was buying them, and there is less demand, then the price of the good will fall, which is called deflation.
But is it? I have a counter. So, is it necessary that the supply will be less? Can inflation not be there even when the supply is high?
Yes, inflation can still be there when supply is high, but not when it is higher than the demand for it.
Okay, give me an example of such case.
Inflation, for example, if the supply of, for example, a good like gold is high, gold is already a very costly gold, and the demand is not as much, then because people do not want to buy gold at that point. For example, if it is not wedding season, and even if there is a lot of supply, people will not buy gold, and thus it will cause inflation.
Okay. Abhishek, can you tell me a sector which has monopoly right now?
A sector which has monopoly right now, well, the telecom sector is monopolized by Reliance Jio.
You sure? Like Airtel has no existence?
The share of Airtel is very small, and Airtel has developed a very premium way of surviving because it is offering a very premium and fast net service at a higher cost than Jio, which is what helped it survive, as some people wanted a faster internet connection than Jio.
Because I'm asking you this because I heard that in the month of June, Airtel got more number of subscribers than Jio.
Yes, that's the case because Jio is losing a bit of its market share, but it still has a stronghold over it. Airtel is slowly growing. I believe Airtel is playing the long game while Jio has already monopolized it and is
basically there are two players, right? Then how will it be a monopoly?
So there is a monopoly because Jio occupies more than 50% of the market share.
Okay. Some accounts question as well. Abhishek, what is a cash flow statement?
A cash flow statement is a statement in which the cash flow of a company from the operating, financing, and investing activities is denoted. It denotes all the net profit the company has earned before interest and tax. That's the
What's
final
the what are the two methods of preparing cash?
cash flow statement with two methods. I'm sorry, sir, I do not remember that. I believe
Okay.
you're lumped in one method.
Tell me about the trial balance errors.
The trial balance errors is used to
What
find
are the trial balance errors? Name them.
trial balance errors.
Like the error of principle.
The error of the I do not remember that, sir.
Okay. What is the full form of gap?
Can you repeat that?
GAAP, gap.
General Association of Accounting Principles. I believe I do not remember one name, but it is something with general accounting principles.
It is generally accepted accounting principles.
Yes, they are the main.
And who has written these accounting standards? Which institution is responsible?
Institution. No, sir, I do not remember that.
Okay. What is the prudence concept?
Prudence concept. No, sir, I do not remember the answer to that question.
Okay. Let's do accountancy from class 12. You must be aware about some accountancy ratios, right? What are the different
Yes,
types
sir.
of accountancy ratios?
The different type of accountancy ratios include debt to equity ratio.
No, the four main headings.
Four main headings. No, sir, I do not remember that.
Like it's the major part of the syllabus. Liquidity ratio, solvency ratios.
So I had read that, but it has slipped out of my mind right now.
Okay. Do you know how to calculate current ratio?
Current ratio is current assets upon current liabilities.
Okay. Abhishek, you told you were interested in entrepreneurship and startups, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like, what do you think about the Zomato IPO? Like even after, because we know the Zomato, the financials of the company are not very strong, but still it got oversubscribed so much. So like, what does it basically tells us about the startup culture in India?
So I believe it tells us that the startup culture is growing in India and will continue to grow in the coming years. As even though Zomato is a loss-making company, ever since India made the law that even loss-making companies can issue their IPOs. Zomato issued its share, and even Paytm are talking about following in suit. And Zomato's share was oversubscribed by 57.5 times, which I believe shows that people are very much interested in the investing culture too, as they want to invest in these startups and get high returns in them in the future, which would enable our country.
Do you invest for trading?
No, sir, I do not invest because right now I'm 17 years old, but I plan to start doing that as soon as I am of age.
Okay, that's all from my side.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Abhishek, can you tell me why 0 factorial is equal to 1?
0 factorial is equal to 1 because no, sir, I do not know the answer to that.
Okay, you did have mathematics in 12th, right?
No, sir, I did not have mathematics in 12th.
Okay, can you draw a graph of e raised to x for me?
E raised to power x. I'm sorry, sir, I do not know the concept that you're talking about. I have not studied it.
Give it a try.
Yeah, let me just grab a note. E raised to power x. Yes. I'm really sorry, sir. I do not know. Like, if I had any idea what the concept was, I would be able to make an educated guess, but
All right.
I don't.
Can you explain mean, median, mode to us?
The mean is the sum of all terms divided by the number of terms. It is used to calculate the average of the terms, while median is the middlemost term of the group of terms in a in a group of middlemost term in a group of terms, while the mode is the term which is represented in the highest quantity in the number of terms.
Okay, let's say I give you I show IIM Ranchi's placement report to you, and there's a mean value given and there's a median value given. So, which value are you interested in looking at and why?
Sir, I am more interested in looking at the mean value because I believe that the median value can be a bit skewed, even though there may be some extremely high salary at the topmost and extremely low salary at the bottommost. There is a need to know uh, what an average of everyone is earning.
Okay, are you sure your explanation was right, but are you sure your option is correct?
Yes, I believe my option is correct. Though I believe that both would be important in calculating, I believe if it was me, I would calculate it using mean.
No, so you did say that you would choose mean because median will give a skewed value, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure median will give you a skewed value and mean would give you an exact value?
So, for example, if there are 10 people who are getting placement from IIM Ranchi, and the highest value is 40 lakh, and the lowest value, for example, is 5 lakh, and the rest of them are earning 15 to 20 lakh, then the value would be skewed if there are difference in the extremes. So
Correct,
that
correct. Is that so? Which value would capture the skewness?
so, for example, if the lowest value is
No,
5
no,
lakh,
no. I understood your example. Just tell me which value would capture the skewness. Would the mean value capture, or would median capture the skewness?
so if I capture the skewness, you mean that actually what is wrong? Like,
I don't know. Just tell me which term captures the skewness.
so I really do not understand your question.
Okay, okay, no problem. Arnav, would you like to ask a few questions?
Okay, which city were you from?
So I am from Chandigarh, but I recently shifted over here to Karnal just a few days back.
Okay, so tell me something special about Chandigarh. Why should I visit Chandigarh?
Well, Chandigarh is also known as a city beautiful, and rightly so, because it is home to a lot of beautiful places as well as amazingly built roads and greenery. The Chandigarh city complex is a beautiful place, and also it is a World Heritage Site as listed by UNESCO, as well as a rock garden, Nixon's Rock Garden and Rose Garden. Also, the Sukhna Lake is amazing, and also there are many places to eat and visit with your friends in Chandigarh, which I believe is very appealing to a lot of people.
Okay, and what does your father do?
So my father works in Axis Bank as the deputy vice president.
Okay, that's good. And what about your mother?
So my mother is a homemaker, but she used to do a job before, and right now she's completed her degree as a nutritionist and is looking to get back to work as soon as the pandemic slows down.
What does a nutritionist do?
Well, my mom is currently working with clients and creating a diet plan for them so that they can be able to increase their health and get in better shape and make sure they're getting all the right food that they need.
Okay, so I'm primarily a vegetarian. So what do you think? How can I increase the amount of protein in my diet?
Well, you would need to increase the amount of milk-based products you eat and also eating soya because I'm a vegetarian too. And to make sure that I keep healthy, my mom feeds me a lot of paneer-based products as well as soya.
And how much protein should I take?
So I do not know the exact answer to
No,
that.
let's say my weight is 65 kilograms. So how much approximately protein should I take?
So I do not know that, but I know that overtaking of proteins is also harmful for your body, which is why there is always a middle ground that you need to.
Okay,
I
there
forgot the
is a
exact number.
recommendation by the Indian Council of Health or something, Indian Institute of Nutrition. So, what is it? Like, how much do they suggest to eat?
If I take an educated guess, it may be 14 grams.
Okay, you're wrong, but okay, let's skip it. Can you tell me who's?
Abhishek, why do you want to do IPM?
Sir, I want to pursue IPM from IIM Ranchi because I believe the course curriculum that IIM Ranchi offers is unlike any other. As I would be able to pursue the field of management, which is something I really want to, and would be able to study subjects like literature, psychology, sociology, and studies about society and all, which
No,
I
but
is very
why do you need to study about sociology and psychology in management?
sir, because I believe the three pillars of management are, as I studied, were math, psychology, and economics. And these three are very important to build great managers who are able to succeed and build great companies. That is why I believe all three are necessary, and IIM Ranchi's course offers
Okay,
the
okay,
best
okay.
to
What
pursue all of this.
what are the qualities of a manager?
So the qualities of a manager are a manager is a team player and always helps his employees. He makes sure the work is done effectively and efficiently. They find new and innovative ways to complete the work, as well as helping the company grow and helping the employees succeed as well.
Oh,
Okay, can you tell us why shouldn't we select you?
Why shouldn't you select me? And so, if I take a very honest opinion of myself, the one reason that may be the biggest for you to not select me because I do not have mathematics. I took it in class 11th, but I did not really like it. But for the study of my IPM exam, I did study it, and
okay. So,
even though
Abhishek, uh,
yes, sir.
it's totally okay to not have mathematics in plus two, but how will you improve on it?
So I believe that I adapted to the subjects of commerce really well as soon as I entered class 11th and was able to study them. Even though
No, no.
mathematics
I'm
is a
I'm
very different
asking
subject.
you how will you like cope up with the other students in IPM who are well versed with mathematics?
I believe peer learning would help me a lot as learning from a fellow student as well as studying with them would help me improve because I believe mathematics is my main subject and I need to give the most time to it. So I'll be doing that.
Okay, Abhishek, we'll give you a topic. You have to speak for about 45 seconds on it. And your topic is IIM Ranchi. You can take 30 seconds to think, or you can take a piece of paper to write down your points.
All right. So IIM Ranchi is one of the best new IIMs in our country, ranked above Rohtak and all the other new IIMs. IIM Ranchi is one of the fastest growing IIMs in our country, and it is because I believe that is because of the small batch size, great peer group, as well as the great student-teacher ratio. And IIM Ranchi also offers a variety of courses, and one of the courses it is best known for is the HRM program of Human Resource Management, which I believe is one of the specializations I'm interested in and would want to pursue in the future. The course curriculum of IIM Ranchi, I believe, which is one which appeals me the most, being on par with most of the international institutes like ESSEC, among others, offering a wide variety of subjects for MBA students to learn, as well as the IPM program. Uh, I believe IIM Ranchi creates some of the best managers in the world, and which is why I would want to pursue my BBA and MBA from IIM Ranchi.
Okay, Abhishek, would you? So let's say you get into IIM Ranchi. So after 3 years, would you leave IIM Ranchi to go to IIM Ahmedabad for your MBA?
No, sir, I would not do that because I believe one of the great specializations of IIM Ranchi is the HRM course offered by it, which is something I'm really interested in and would want to pursue. And unless there is some drastic change in my mind and would not like it, and if there is some drastic change, I would obviously leave. But unless there is that, I would obviously continue and pursue the HRM program from IIM Ranchi.
Okay, so there is this college named XLRI Jamshedpur, which is the best known for HR. So would you leave IIM Ranchi for XLRI? and it's in the same state as well.
So I XLRM, is that the college you're talking about?
XLRI Jamshedpur.
So I always wanted to complete my MBA from an IIM because I believe IIM are the best institute. It is just my personal opinion. It's something I've always wanted. If it is another IIM which offers something better, then obviously I would leave, because if I am very capable of that and would be able to pursue it. But if it is not an IIM, I would not leave the institute.
Yeah. Okay. Are you following Olympics?
Yes, so I'm following the Olympics as well as the Paralympics.
Okay. So how many medals have we won in the Paralympics?
So we have won a total of 7 medals: 1 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze medals.
In Paralympics.
Yes, sir. 1 gold, 4 silver, and 2 bronze medals. I checked that around 6 hours ago.
Okay, then tell me all the 7.
All the 7. So, okay, first of all, the bronze medals was won by Vinod Kumar in discus throw, and Sundar Singh Shekhawat in javelin throw. The silver medal was won by Bhavina Patel in table tennis, and the gold medal was won by Avani Tirtha. I forgot her last name, but Avani won the gold medal in 10-meter shooting. Yeah, I watched that one.
Okay,
I'm sorry,
okay.
I do not remember the other one.
Yeah, that's fine. Can you tell me where are the next Olympics going to be held? Wait, before you answer, think before you answer. It's not as easy as it seems to be.
Next Olympics. So I really do not have an idea about that, but if I would take an educated guess, it would be the UK.
No. Okay. No. Do you know anything about the Commonwealth?
No, sir, I have not followed the Commonwealth Games for a long time.
Okay. Arnav, we can continue.
Okay, so you had law, right, in your +2?
Yes, sir, I had legal studies.
Legal studies. Okay. Can you tell me who represents the government of India in the cases at any of the courts?
The government of India is represented by.
Firstly, tell me the post, then the person.
His post was called. I'm sorry, sir, I had read that one, but I forgot it.
Okay, who's the person?
I do not remember that.
Okay, so who's the chief legal advisor of India, of government of India, actually?
So I do not remember that.
Okay, that's fine. One last question, Abhishek. Why not law and why IPM?
So I took law in class 11th and 12th as just to try out a new subject, because I did not want to pursue math in class 11th and 12th. But after studying it for 2 years, I figured out that even though I enjoyed studying it, I do not believe law is for me, and I am not interested in being a lawyer or a judge. I am more inclined towards the field of management, and that is why I want to pursue the course IPM from IIM.
Okay, one personal question. Is your father from an IIM?
No, my father is not from IIM. He studied in Himachal Pradesh.
Oh,
okay. One last question of this entire interview. So, let's say you're a Zomato delivery boy, and you have an order to deliver, and there's a big traffic jam, and you are caught by the police for some reason. So you have just two options. One is to bribe the policeman, give him $1,000, and just finish your complete your order, or else you have to spend like 15-20 minutes, because of which for paperwork and everything, because of which you would you might lose your job. So what would you do?
I believe that would depend on the circumstances of my life. If I am someone who desperately needs a job and needs to make money, for example, to pay for his parents, pay for medical expenses or something like that, if it is an emergency, I believe making a moral code would be accepted for the greater good. But other than that, I do not believe that I would do something like that, and I would not pay bribe the policeman.
Okay, one. This is actually the last question. Can you tell me the one value which you would never go against, no matter what may happen?
So the one value I would never go against is taking responsibility for my actions. As no matter what I do, like it's something I have done, and I do not want to blame someone else for my decision. I want to like take responsibility for everything I do, so that I take the right decision on the right path.
Okay. So the interview is over now. Abhishek, what do you think? How did the interview go?
I felt it went fine, not amazing, because there were quite a few questions that I wasn't able to answer, especially from the legal section. Legal was something I took because I did not want to do maths, and it was also.
What was your score?
Yeah.
In IIM Indore IPM?
126.
Can you tell me the section-wise score?
This section might go 23 in the font section, 8 in the first section, the written math
Short answer.
English was really high because my English is strong.
So around 103? Okay, 85.
126.
Okay. And what about IIM Rohtak?
My Rohtak score was 155, and I would have cracked Rohtak, but like there's some weird situation happened that day of the exam. Like they were not giving us extra sheets, and I got frustrated in the last 15 minutes and I skipped the few questions. They were not giving us extra sheets, so I had to like calculate.
So you got how much? 155?
Yeah, cut off was 165.
You're from which category?
General category.
Your cutoff was 260, right? If I'm not wrong.
No, if it was
265.
Then I scored 255. I remember I scored 10 marks.
Yeah, exactly. So 255. Okay. Arnav, would you like to start? Oh, just before that, how much did you score in 10th and 12th?
90.5 and 93.6. 92.2 if you're counting 5 subjects. Like the main
Okay. And did you give SAT?
No, I did not give SAT. I had planned to give it, but then the interview happened.
Okay. Yeah, Arnav, we can continue.
But my score was good enough for that. I think 126.
Okay, so honestly, because I mostly covered the PCM part, and you did not have mathematics, but the questions we asked you, like the basic ones, leaving the graphs, you were able to answer. I think interviewers will expect you to draw the basic graphs of exponents. Exponential graph, the e power x, and of course the logarithmic graph. They can even ask you to draw the trigonometric graphs like sin x, cos x, and even the inverse of trigonometric graphs. So that will be like to pester you. So you should be ready with at least the basic graphs and at least the very basic concepts of till class 10th of your maths. Okay, they can ask you about something like circle. You had maths in class 10th, right?
Yeah. I had maths.
Okay. So you were not from commerce, right? And you did not take commerce in 9th and 10th, right?
Is that possible?
Yeah. Actually, it is
possible in ICSE. It was possible in ICSE.
Yeah.
Not in CBSE.
Okay. Then it's fine. So Otherwise, your interview, I think it was good. It was very good. You were able to answer a lot of questions, and we don't expect
Yeah,
anyone to
because
like.
this environment too is kind of uncomfortable.
It's okay. So, uh, I think this setting is the best for you. I mean, using the earphones, they won't produce
Yeah, I'll
noise.
make sure to use that.
But your internet is still not very stable. You are like very
Yeah, we can't
blurred.
exactly.
Wait, I'll sit outside on the day of the interview. Like, I feel like that is better for the interview.
Okay,
I think it's
that's
better on Zoom.
okay.
I'll like make sure it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just before your interview, make sure you just try it out on Zoom. Make your own meet
Yeah.
and you can try it out.
Maybe you can ask some friend of yours or okay.
Yeah.
And coming to the general knowledge part, I think it was good. You knew everything about the Paralympics thing, and yeah, about the Attorney General and the Solicitor General, you should know. I think they
Attorney
can
General and the
Solicitor General, so you should know these. And for that, you can refer to the list of dignitaries which Sanskar will forward you. And there's a list of dignitaries available. You just Google list of dignitaries of India. You'll find a Wikipedia page where you'll find all the dignitaries of India. You just go through the main ones. Like you don't need to know about something like chief of some state or something. So just go through the main ones. Like you can also look at the five recent prime ministers, the first three, and same with the presidents. You can look at the previous five presidents and the first three again with the vice presidents. So can you name three vice presidents of India?
the Vice President of India, Dr. Hamid Ansari, and
Yes.
The current one.
I read about it. I look it up again.
Okay, it's fine, totally fine. Else, your interview was pretty good. I mean, your confidence is high. Just the thing is, you don't smile, so you should like smile a bit. And yeah, yeah, it
I was
looks.
just gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the interviewers will be very much bored with so many interviews. Even we have took like 4 interviews before you today, so we were like very much bored. So a smile could have like energized us as well. So that's
I like don't want to smile at the wrong time.
yeah,
No, it's fine. Just smile throughout your interview. It shows that you are confident enough.
yeah. Just
And can you like pan your camera a little below, a little? Yeah, go.
and yeah, you can like smile throughout the interview. Just don't smile when they're if they like scold you or something for not knowing something. So else you can smile like and when you join the meet and you greet them with a smile, that will be a very psychologically good thing in your favor. And similarly with the ending of the meet. And these are the short things that I'm telling you because I think you can get it because your score is I think fair enough in IPMAT. And if you give a good interview, given like an average interview, then too you can get it. But still, if you have time, so you should prepare. Especially focus on your maths and about the commerce and business studies. They'll tell you better. Okay, Sanskar and Mangesh, you can.
So, Abhishek, I really liked your interview. थोड़ा सा मुझे एक disappointment तो ये हुआ because your father is from banking sector. You should know about RTGS and NEFT. So that's like the basic
What you said about
RTGS and NEFT. Like I asked you what's RTGS and the full form of that. Your father is from the banking sector, right?
yeah.
So that can be done. Like commercial banks are governed by which act, etc. What is the difference between commercial banks?
Just a second. One more addition. So this is completely extra, but this is the news that we have small banks coming up. We have NBFCs coming up. So just have a little knowledge about that. I think the best way to prepare for banks is just go and talk to your dad. Ask him what's going on right now. What are the few important terms which I should know? And I think a 5-minute chat with him would do everything. So don't forget to do that. Yeah, Sanskar, continue.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you are very good with BST, so that's something. Accounts में मेरे को मजा नहीं आया, to be honest. You didn't know about accounting ratios, different methods of making cash flow statement. So accounts को थोड़ा देख लेना. Accounts में to be honest है भी नहीं कुछ ज़्यादा. क्लास 11th में तुम्हारे accounting concepts, principles किसने लिखे हैं, gap, ये सब जो second chapter था I guess वो important है. और क्लास 12th के लिए कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट इंपॉर्टेंट है थोड़ा सा, और जो अकाउंटिंग रेशियोज हैं वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. इससे ही ज्यादा पूछेंगे, बाकी तो कुछ ज्यादा है नहीं. रियलाइजेशन अकाउंट देख लेना, कौन कौन से टाइप्स ऑफ अकाउंट है, नॉमिनल, पर्सनल, ये सब उस पर नजर मार लेना. अच्छा, इकोनॉमिक्स पे वैसे मुकेश भैया बता रहे हैं, मैं थोड़ा सा बता दूं. नॉमिनल जीडीपी का जैसे तुमने बताया वो गलत था रैंक वगैरह, तो थोड़ा सा उस पर ज्यादा ध्यान, जीडीपी की तरफ क्या है, नॉमिनल, पीपीपी. पर कैपिटा देख लेना, मतलब थोड़ा सा हम एक्चुअल में रैंक नहीं ढूंढ रहे थे, हमें बस एक आइडिया चाहिए था कि उसको पता है कि पर कैपिटा रैंक का थोड़ा सा तुम ये भी बता देना कि इंडिया का पर कैपिटा रैंक सर मेरे को वैसे तो नहीं पता, बट मेरे को लगता है कम होगा क्योंकि अब बिकॉज ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन एक्सेट्रा. तो ये सब अगर तुम बोल देते, लाइक वी वर बेसिकली लुकिंग फॉर अ स्टोरी बिहाइंड, लाइक वी आर नॉट लुकिंग फॉर द एग्जैक्ट आंसर. ऑल्सो इकोनॉमिक्स में मेजरमेंट्स ऑफ मनी सप्लाई, ये क्योंकि ये वाला क्वेश्चन इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये सिलेबस में नहीं था, लाइक वी ओनली हैड M1, M2, M3, M4 नहीं होते हैं, बट ये इसलिए क्योंकि वो समरी में दिया हुआ था, तो ऐसा हम आउट ऑफ सिलेबस देखते हैं कि बच्चे ने पढ़ा है नहीं पढ़ा. सो दैट्स इंपॉर्टेंट. बैंक रेट यू आर वेरी वेल वर्स्ड विद रेपो रेट, रिवर्स रेपो रेट, तो वो सब इंपॉर्टेंट था. तो ये तो हो गया अकेडमिक्स. अगर उस पर आए, हमने देख करंट अफेयर्स पे कुछ ज़्यादा पूछा नहीं. ओलंपिक्स पूछा था, वो तेरे को अच्छे से आता था, ओलंपिक्स, पैरा ओलंपिक्स, वो सब ठीक था. देख लेना नेक्स्ट ओलंपिक्स कब है, वो तेरे को नहीं पता था. और नहीं, वैसे पूछा कि और कौन कौन से लाइक अच्छे इवेंट्स हैं. और कॉमनवेल्थ पर अगर बात चल भी गई तो थोड़ा सा 2010 की जो दिल्ली वाली स्टोरी है उससे रिलेट कर सकते हो.
So Commonwealth 2022 is going to be held in Birmingham, if I'm not wrong. I don't know about 26, but recently, I think Commonwealth 26. Yeah, I think 26 was announced in Brisbane, if I'm not wrong. Let's see.
But to be honest, we are just giving you like these things. These things will be hardly asked. I mean,
yeah.
You should just know.
It's all luck.
Like my weakest areas. So.
और ऑल्सो अभिषेक, तुमने लीगल स्टडीज बोला, देखो हम मेरे को नहीं पता था, तो मैंने बेसिक जो मुझे लीगल का जितना पता था मैंने वो क्वेश्चंस पूछे. उसमें से लाइक यू डिडंट आंसर इवन हाफ ऑफ दैट. थोड़ा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पे थोड़ा सा और लाइक क्या है, आर्टिकल्स पता करने, शेड्यूल्स पता करने और पार्ट्स पता करने, ये तो 3 नंबर्स हो गए. फादर कौन है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का, ह्यूमन राइट्स के, सॉरी जो फंडामेंटल राइट्स, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज, ये सब पता कर लेना. ऑर्डर ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट्स में करंट प्रेसिडेंट लास्ट के 2 और करंट वाइस प्रेसिडेंट लास्ट के 2 और CGI, CDS ये सब देख लेना. चीफ जस्टिस तुम्हारी. अच्छा, ऑल्सो क्योंकि शिमला भी है तुम्हारे में, तुम अभी चंडीगढ़ में भी रह के आए हो और अब करंटली करनाल में हो, तो 3 स्टेट्स हो गए, तीनों का देखना पड़ेगा. चीफ मिनिस्टर कौन सा है, गवर्नर कौन है, और अब रिसेंट करनाल.
And about the code thing, it was Guwahati High Court, and I was wrong. Actually, it covers 4 states, I guess. Assam, Nagaland, Mizoram, and Arunachal Pradesh. So
yeah, I thought it would be some Nordic.
Yeah, so it's Guwahati. That's actually the capital.
So
I was looking for Guwahati, but okay.
डिग्नेटरीज के नाम देख लेना, वो मैं एक लिस्ट है वो भेज दूंगा. कैबिनेट रिशफल के बारे में थोड़ा सा, मेजर मिनिस्ट्रीज कौन सी है, हेल्थ मिनिस्टर अभी कौन है, पहले कौन था. बेसिक जो चेंज नहीं हुए वो तो पता ही होंगे, डिफेंस, एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स, फाइनेंस वगैरह. सिविल एविएशन देख लेना, रेलवेज देख लेना, IT देख लेना. और ऑल्सो इस कैबिनेट में क्या खास है, यंगेस्ट है, वुमेन ज़्यादा है, ये सब. पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल बिल थोड़ा सा आप देख सकते हो क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं. पेगासस के बारे में हमने पूछा नहीं, पूछा जा सकता है. एनओसा कंपनी, इजराइल वगैरह, ये सब देख लेना, और क्या बातें चल रही है. फार्म लॉस के बारे में पूछा नहीं, बिकॉज चंडीगढ़ के बारे में तुम हो तो उम्मीद कर सकते हैं फार्म लॉस के थोड़े क्वेश्चन, तो देख लेना क्या है, क्या मेजर प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं और अब क्या सिचुएशन है फार्म लॉस की. ऑल्सो अब जो रिसेंट अटैक हुआ फार्मर्स पे. वैक्सीनेशन का देख लेना, कौन कौन सी वैक्सीन अप्रूव्ड हैं, और लाइक क्या तुम्हारी स्टेट में कौन सी चल रही है, और नेशनल ड्राइव क्या है, लाइक 1 करोड़ प्लस का मार्क कभी रीच किया. हाँ एग्जैक्टली, कंट्री का हो गया. एक बार स्टेट का भी देख लेना, किस लाइक स्टेट में क्या चल रहा है. थोड़ा सा डेमोग्राफिक्स पे बात करें, हमने 7 सिस्टर्स नहीं पूछे, ये थोड़ा देख सकते हो कितनी स्टेट्स हैं, कितनी यूटीज हैं, दिल्ली और पुडुचेरी ये अलग क्यों हैं, 7 सिस्टर्स वगैरह. बाकी आई गेस दैट्स इट. एक OTT रेगुलेशन पे बस ये वाला पॉइंट हो रहा है, बाकी तो
that's a lot.
हाँ.
Okay, so Abhishek, the reason why Sanskar, just went, just didn't stop for 2 minutes and he was just talking about TKs, because we actually feel that you can get in, and we want you to just be aware of these questions, because we don't know, they can ask anything. That's why, just if you have an idea, then that will be great. Now, if you ask me about your interview, I think it was really amazing. And one drawback in your case is that you said legal, and legal is something which everybody likes to ask questions about. So you have to be on your toes with legal. They can ask you anything, absolutely anything about any law, because right now we have so many laws going on, and even
So-
if you
One thing that I would like to add is most probably you will get like accountancy or finance professors, I mean, in your interview. So there is a chance that they don't ask about legal things, but they can still ask you like Article 370 or Section 377, something like that, which is related to law and is famous. Yeah, farm laws. What's there in farm laws, and what was the Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi verdict, and the famous cases. Nothing apart from that. So yeah.
And to be honest, Abhishek, I feel you are really, I mean, you should have got into Indore, to be honest, because you know a lot of you have a lot of knowledge about your subject. That's why I genuinely feel you should have got into Indore. But anyways, now the math thing is there, which is completely fine. But Ranchi is not bad either. So I really hope you get into Ranchi. And your answers to why IPM, why not law, and why not XLRI, why just IPM Ranchi was really smart, because anyone would have said that no, I'll leave IIM Ranchi. But that HR point which you stood behind, that was really nice. So kudos to that. And yeah, please do smile, man. I mean, I'm not even joking. We have taken what? Till now, like this year, we've taken 30 interviews. And I remember one person, he said that his favorite sport is basketball. But he knew shit about basketball. He knew nothing about basketball. But even then, he was smiling throughout. And by the end of the interview, I completely forgot that, okay, this guy talked about basketball and he knew nothing. And I'm not even joking, he got into Indore this year. So, smile makes a lot of difference. And your answers and everything are your answers, your HR questions, everything is perfect. So,
See,
why aren't you that?
To complete this point, your personality, like up till now, it doesn't matter. But how you behave in your actual interview will obviously matter a lot. If you keep a smile and you will obviously appear to be more confident, and the professors will back in the mind, they'll straight away like you, and they'll think that you are like an academically oriented person as well, because you of course have knowledge about your subjects. So these are the small things that you can keep in mind.
Yeah.
So, Abhishek, what are you going to do next? So, like, after this, what are you going to prepare now?
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna look through all these points that you have given me. I'm actually in AS IPM, so I've like also gotten another mock at 7. Honestly, my first mock was really horrible. Then I gave another one. Just kind of okay. This one was really good, so I'm really excited. I'm like,
I think, yeah, ACAS, I think econ was fine. I didn't ask you microeconomics, but looking at your macro knowledge, I think you would be fine with micro as well, right?
Yeah.
Cool then. Micro, macro done. GST you answered perfectly. Accounting, yeah, a little. And especially banking. Yeah, and banking, which I already told you. And yeah, just smile and have fun and have faith in yourself. I'm not joking. You would actually get into Ranchi, so have faith in yourself. And your backup is IPM Bodhgaya, right? Bodhgaya in Jammu. Okay, so just in case, let's say you don't get into Ranchi this year, and you would be joining Bodhgaya, right? Bodhgaya or Jammu, whatever. Do prepare for IPMAT again next year.
Yeah, I will. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm in Christ, can't take those classes.
Oh, okay. Christ sucks, to be honest. Which course? BCom.
BBA.
Main Benarghatta branch or the other one?
Main.
Okay, then fine. But still, if you get into Bodhgaya, just join Bodhgaya and prepare for IPMAT again. And let's say you don't get into IPM next year as well in Indore or Rohtak or Ranchi, then CAT.
And what about the choice between Jammu and Bodhgaya?
I'm actually choosing Bodhgaya because I don't know, Jammu is very unsafe kind. Like it's 20 kilometers away.
Oh, actually, I don't know why. I saw like on many groups, students were scared of Jammu. That's pretty senseless because Jammu is a Hindu majority area, so it's pretty safe. Like,
Also problem कश्मीर में है, जम्मू में नहीं है.
yeah, there's no problem.
But
I don't know why.
Go.
No, go on. You tell.
I think Bodhgaya में like 10 extra लड़कियों को 10 extra marks मिल रहा है. So like इतने calculate में Jammu के marks it was coming 71%. Bodhgaya it was coming 78%. So I feel like better than Bodhgaya. लड़कियों को extra marks.
Okay. So it's your personal preference. You can even join.
No,
Bodhgaya.
that makes sense. Jammu has 10% for gender diversity.
Yeah.
So like boys are at a disadvantage. Yeah, makes sense.
No,
Cool,
you can join whatever college you want. I mean,
Yeah,
Jammu
at the
is
end
a
of the
bit
day-
better, I think. Bit better. So that's why I suggested it. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it, I think. Mangesh.
Do you have any questions for us, Abhishek?
No, not really. I think we went over everything. Like, there's something there.
Alright,
I think
cool. I'll share the recording by tonight or whenever it's available.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Bye. You can leave.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.